This is Negro jump. Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
Damn, look at that. Angles. Who that? What? Right.
What?
Bam.
Right
here.
Hello. We here. Yeah. You got your host Gerard and Cordero here. Then we got our guest, the one and only Fantastic Frankey. Everybody.
Fantastic Frankey in the building.
In the fucking
rising star internet mogul.
Oh, she here, baby. What you talking about?
Yeah. You know the vibes, yo. Don't give me hype, yo. Don't give me hype.
Nah, we're championing you up right now. We got
because like I think it was the first day anime at NYC. I'm running around like a madman, just handing out stickers to as many just black and brown people as possible. And you were with the people from Land Party, and y'all trying to promote
the game night.
Yeah, the game night, the little benefit thing they had for the women's shelter. And then you stopped me. You was like, hold on, this is a podcast? I'm like, yeah. Like, I was just so on the go because I was like, I just had stickers. I got business cards. So I don't got time to explain this shit to you. So either you get it or you don't.
I remember that footage from the first day because the first day I couldn't make it out. So he was just on the GoPro. And all of a sudden, there's like 20 minutes of footage. I might release it someday. It's just like, sticker.
That's it.
That's it. You want a sticker?
Yeah, I was catching niggas and like, I would hear them like for a second. They'd be like, oh, all right. I know what this is. I know exactly. All right, bet. I'm gonna look it up. I'm like, all right, appreciate it, brother. Yeah. But now we I met you out there. We exchanged information, and I've been fucking with your content ever since.
Thank you. Yeah. The second day, don't make it seem like he saw me and saw potential. First day, he was rushing.
Yeah.
And I was like, why he rushing? This
I was
shit,
on the move.
12 hours.
I was on the move.
Like this show.
Because he was.
He texted me. He was like, this shit is a lot.
It's a lot. It was very busy.
It's a lot. I was just trying to get a jump on it as soon as I got there because I know he was coming with the camera. So before we got to like filming and doing like whatever we needed to do, I just wanted to get this shit out as quick as possible. That's it, man. I was just a man on a mission. That's all.
Yeah. And the second day, I think was I caught you guys in a corner somewhere.
Yeah, we're charging up because
charging up, baby.
Charging it up. Yeah, getting the juice right because I know you had used it to a point where it was like, all right, we got like maybe 5 minutes worth of film on here. So let's just cool out. Just hang out with these other niggas playing Switch. There's a lot of Switch sitters, yo. Y'all just sitting in the corner playing Zelda.
Nintendo made the ultimate gaming system.
They did, man.
They did. But Frankie, please tell us about yourself. Where you from and how'd you get your start?
I was gonna ask you, are you a native? Yes. Are you a native New Yorker?
I'm a native New Yorker. Currently, I live in Brooklyn.
Okay.
So, and all of that entails. Mm-hmm. So. I got into the game last year, so I'm reaching my anniversary at the beginning of February.
Oh, okay.
So
congrats.
Thank you. I was watching all these series shows. I love anime. I love comic books. I kind of grew up on it. And I realized it was only men really talking about it or like the same type of white woman I would see discussing it. And I was like, well, what about us? We got opinions. I know we watching it. At the very least, there's girls who are forced to watch it by the nigga who secretly likes anime. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So she want to fuck with him, and then he's sitting there.
Right. He's like, yo, I'm sorry. You got to fuck. You got to bang with this. You got to bang with this Demon Slayer. So I was like, let me watch something let me give my opinion on this stuff. So that's what I do. I give my opinion, which is normally not popular opinion, but I can say that people can see the validity in it.
Because it's an ill little spin you do on it, which is what I wanted to do with our podcast. Was like everybody just talks about us. Let's just hang out. Let's just chill. Like how we usually do.
We want to see what your angle is on it.
Yeah. But like I like how you'll have like a whole thing. You're not just throwing something out there just for people to talk. It's just like, nah, this is how I feel about this. Specifically, that video you did where you were just like, Elsa is stronger than Iceman.
Yes.
Huh?
I thought I was gonna get a lot more backlash for it.
Nah, it was
helps.
Just it's like explain yourself.
Well,
I do right after.
Yeah. So you offer a conversation point. It's just like this is even whether it's justified or not, this is a topic that people can go at it about no matter what. Mm-hmm. And I think that's just a cool thing to do, especially when it comes to like community building stuff like that. It's like having people in your comments be like, nah, she wrong or nah, she right or nah, fuck y'all. Like just dudes going back and forth about it.
Exactly.
And it definitely helps with my engagement, and I think that's why I've been able to grow so quickly. Is that I put out this polarizing statement. And then now people are arguing, yelling at me. Although recently I feel like men have stopped trying to discredit me, which I got a lot in the beginning because I've been like proving that I know what I'm talking about.
It's plenty of videos and plenty of comparisons. Yeah, it's not like you on some bullshit.
Yeah, and it's like I'm talking about it, and I talk in slang. Like one thing, especially now that I'm getting more into anime, is I'm not using their names. I don't speak Japanese. You know what I mean? I don't know how to say Shikamaru, all that. Nah. Y'all gonna get whatever I give. Icy hot. y'all, I'm gonna say whatever I feel. Y'all all know I'm talking about Todoroki. Because who say that? Who did say? I'm gonna say what I.
That's
and
hilarious.
this was like, I'm gonna talk to y'all.
Fire and ice
gonna
condom
fix
ass
me.
nigga.
Oh my god.
Facts.
He said icy hot.
Y'all gonna get what I give.
Put this nigga
and
on
understand it.
in a commercial with Shaq.
With Shaq, yo, he just wiggling.
Me and Todoroki here hanging out. You know what I'm saying? We always
I'm here
Exactly.
with the number one prospect in UA High School, Todoroki. How you
His
feeling?
father's number 2 in
Yo,
I was number 2 in the game.
Yo, he's number 1 now. Don't play him. Endeavor's number 1.
Oh man,
It's true. It's
Is
true.
it- yeah,
by
the-
default though, so he's
yeah,
probably
by-
pissy
by
about it.
default.
Yo,
yeah.
is it by default, right? If you earn number 2 and number 1 is gone, right?
This is as soon as you said that, I immediately thought of Afro Samurai
Yeah.
because you got the number 2 headband. Number 1 falls out and it's there for the taking.
there-
Why not?
What? Take it.
Yeah, why
Because
not?
it does. Normally, number 1 and number 2 are hair different. And then in My Hero Academia's case, right? It's popularity. Endeavor's a mean nigga.
Yeah.
It's not power.
But he gets the job.
he gets
gets it
busy,
done.
yo.
He'll
He's
cook
decapitating
he'll
people.
cook you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Nah.
He's not about. That's the thing. He's not about the fanfare. He's just like, nah. Like I know what I got to do. Very much Vegeta. He's like, I know what I got to get done. Let's get this shit done.
Exactly.
What I like is that, you know, in My Hero Academia, all of their power is finite. And Endeavor uses some of his power for that mustache and that beard combo. Right? So he wastes some of his finite amount of power so that the drip is fire.
Yeah.
That's how you know that
And
nigga's
that's
strong as hell.
important.
Yeah.
Wonder if he had like phases, like he had a dread phase. And he was just,
He's like, this too much.
he had the
Yeah.
Rick Ross. He was
He
just
tried to go to. He was like,
He
damn,
tried-
this ain't hit.
Yeah, this ain't it. This ain't
This
it.
ain't
You
it.
know,
And somebody
in the
came-
mirror, bro.
Yeah, he just like trying out shit.
came out with that mustache. Like, ooh, this is it.
This is
Ooh.
eyebrows too, right?
He
I'm
like
trying to
covers most
remember.
of his
Mustache,
face.
eyebrows, and his hair. Right? Is his hair?
Nah,
No, it's not his
No,
hair.
It's like
his hair
most
is
of
just
it-
red.
Oh,
like,
yeah, he covers
Icy
most of his
Hot.
face. It's
Yeah.
But I know his beard is like
Yo.
his facial hair.
That's
man.
hilarious.
So he never got to worry about his beard connecting.
no,
Nah.
no,
That's fire.
he doesn't. Yeah,
Connect
'cause
it when
can
he
just
wants to,
make it-
when it's
exactly.
cold out.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie though, for anytime I actually see a Japanese man with a beard, I've never been in a struggle phase. It's either they don't have a beard or it's flourishing.
That's it.
That's it.
Those are the two
One and the other.
levels.
That's it. Because I think maybe it's just like they just accept it. That's it. Japanese are very harsh, determined people. where
Maybe they
it's
don't
just
leave the house until the beard there. They like taking sabbatical off work and they're
Yeah.
like,
yeah,
I'm growing a
You
beard.
never
Yeah.
see the in between. It's
No.
always just like, oh, this is it.
yeah.
I was in a cave for 3 months. Now this is-
It was just like he was just in high school, and now it's just like, nah, I got a career.
I love that I was in a cave because I could actually see a Japanese man saying, I have to make this journey to the cave to get a full beard. Because they're
Japanese-
extreme, right?
Japanese men live in time skips. Like
he meets with a hermit, and he's just like, I'm ready.
I'm ready. And then the next thing you know, beard.
Yeah, it's just some dude just stroking his shit, like the dude from Kill Bill, where you're just like,
I love it. I love
had the
it.
Hell
sound
yeah.
effect to it.
oh man,
Yeah.
Hell
No,
yeah.
that's that was always a big thing for me, trying to figure out like where is this voice for black women who love anime and like pop culture, because I actually got introduced by it to it by a person who I used to work with. It was a 40-year-old black woman who told me about Crunchyroll and changed my life forever.
Yeah.
I was working in the South 5 years ago at a little place called Harris Teeter.
I love Harris Teeter.
Okay,
The
it was-
grocery store.
yeah, yeah.
It's the closest thing they have to Whole Foods.
Basically, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I
yeah.
used to
It's
call
one
it.
step
It was
before.
like Chick-fil-A of the South, or like Chick-fil-A of grocery stores, because it was
Yeah.
like they were always about like trying to like, let me get this for you, ma'am, and all this
yeah.
old boy shit. But I worked with this lady and we were hanging out, and she was like a cake decorator, and this dude came up and was like, "Hey, could you like do this cake for me? And could you do it? Could you draw a Dragon Ball on there for me?" And he was about to go into the explanation of what that was. He was like, "No, I got you, baby." Like she's like, I got you. I'll draw 7 of them for you if you want me.
How many stars you want?
Yeah, yeah. She like took it, and I'm just sitting there losing my mind because I was like, "There's no way." Like me and her had known each other for at least a year at that point. So like we had already connected on the black level. Where it's like, "Hey, what's up?" And I was like, How'd you know?" He's like, "Oh yeah, no, I grew up on this shit." She's like, I watched Ninja Scroll. She dropped Ninja Scroll and Akira and all that shit. And I was like, how do you know this? Like, it just hit me. And she's like, oh, you didn't ask. Like, right. And that's very black shit. It's like, you don't gotta like tell me nothing.
And before it was like not assumed, and it's definitely not something. At least for me, I wasn't discussing it because like I'd meet a guy. And like he'd be like, "Oh, you into that weird stuff?" You know what I mean? So it's like a black. If I was dating a black guy, so for a lot of times it's like I see, I'd be like, "I bet you he like it," but I'm not trying to let him see me on that level unless he asks.
Yeah. Once I went to the conventions, that's when I was like, all right, I'm very surface level compared to a lot of other people.
Yeah,
I watch it, I enjoy it, I'll talk about it, I'll play the games, but then that's about it. I'll go back.
Remember there used to always be that one black nigga with the wolf shirt.
The wolf
shirt, like a wolf t-shirt,
like a wolf t-shirt.
Yeah,
who was really into anime.
Yeah.
I had like.
He couldn't wait for the summer to pull out his satin Hawaiian shirt.
He did a Naruto run down the hallway.
Oh man!
And he just was me. He'll growl at you if you like looked at him.
Oh I never met this.
He was one of them. Yeah. Nah. One of them. No, yeah. We had a guy on my bus growing up who he would walk in with like a samurai sword. Yeah, but it was obviously like a fake wooden joint. But like the outside was like, oh, he just walk around the shit on his back, and everybody like Josh on him, but still it was like, nah, he's just.
I respect that though now.
After a while, they just be like, all right, that's him.
Yeah,
that is his thing.
And he was chill, like he wasn't weird or nothing. He was always nice to people, but he was like, no, I was like, I'm about it.
He played. Did he actually use it though?
I want to say I seen him practicing once, but it might have just been it might have just been a rumor, but I'm pretty sure he probably just in his room.
Because that would be hilarious if he just had it and didn't know anything.
I mean, that's like
you know what I mean. So he just had it.
It just made the outfit complete.
It's for the fit.
I mean, that's how some niggas are. When like they just get like a gun. It just feels powerful. They don't know how to fucking use it. They just bought this shit off. They went to a fucking pawn shop. Just asked no questions. They had straight cash, so they just gave him a weapon.
Get a Nerf gun. Then, yeah, they do all that. You fighting for it?
Hell yeah. What did you grow up watching?
So I was definitely Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball Z.
Okay.
Tenchi Muyo.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Inuyasha, Cowboy Bebop.
That's like the anime Bachelor.
Yeah, it was. So he was in a house with like 8 chicks, and they all was in love with him.
Yeah, he's just
which
like,
in hindsight is some bullshit. Like what?
All right. Yeah.
There was one show which I've been looking to rewatch forever because I don't remember the specifics. It was called The Big O. It was like this British one. Oh, it's nowhere.
I have faint memories of that.
That's my shit.
Yeah.
Did not find it anywhere.
Really?
It's not on any of the streaming platforms.
I think Aniplex produced it.
Did they?
I think it was Aniplex. I think it was then I produced it. I just fuck with it because it's like I always like when I was like playing with toys. It's like in my like any cartoon I watch, give me the main character. Give him like just that Batman effect. Give him the main character. This dude just smooth, just cool as hell. And then he got like the nice ass car. And then he got a giant robot. And he just fucking up like whatever. And then the next episode just replay all over again.
It's amazing.
Like a new case. Yeah, Roger Smith was that nigga. What?
And there's I forget if Street Fighter was a series or a movie.
They did several movies. I want to say they did a limited, almost like a mini series type
like Mortal Kombat kind of.
Very much, yeah.
Gotcha.
It was
movies were dope though. The first and second movie were really, really cool.
Which is the movie where Chun-Li gets attacked in her crib, or she coming out the shower? She gets.
Is this the half nigga? I think that's the first one. I want to say
that's my favorite one. I just remember watching it and being on the edge of my seat, and that's when I was like in love with anime. It was just like the best animation I've ever seen.
It's clean.
And she got washed. She won. Yeah. She got washed. She was getting messed up on that show, and I was like, dang, she the main character. That, and I remember being terrified of Fist of the North Star. Do you guys remember
yeah,
that?
that was because it was
Yeah.
creepy. It was everything's in rubble, and it's just creepy looking niggas is walking out
Yeah.
and like shit sticking out of their head, and it's like it's very, very like
Very creepy.
yeah.
The guy he has a jacket on, but then the shoulders ripped for a reason.
Yeah.
He got one shoulder pad.
It was like I always thought it was like the anime version of
Mad Max.
Mad Max. Yeah,
Mad
Pretty
Max.
much.
It was.
yeah, it's like Road Warrior, but
Wasteland. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the one that was just a drifter, but nobody, anybody
He
that
had
crossed
hands.
his path.
he
was just
survived,
died.
didn't he?
Yeah, yeah, he was a survivor.
He made it out there, didn't
Yeah,
he?
he did. He
And
did.
The
Won't
final
he?
one, no one knows this one. This is my final one. Is Bubblegum Crisis.
I know of that one. I've
Yeah.
read that title in magazines before.
So, because it was super girly. I don't think it was girly because I rewatched some of it and it was definitely fan servicey. So it was made for men, but it was a group of like women cops who had like Iron Man suits.
Okay,
That sounds hard.
yeah,
It's-
almost like some Charlie's Angels type.
Yeah, it was
But-
like some chart, but you know, it's girly. They got pink. They wearing pink, but
Yeah.
of course it was made for men, so their titties are all out.
Okay.
And stuff like that. Like,
Did they have a good suit up scene though? Because that's the shit. Like that's
Yeah,
the shit that
that
got me
shit
on
that- yo,
Sailor
that-
Moon. Sailor Moon, they do like the
Yo,
spin
and
around.
Sailor Moon's power
like,
to
that was
me is not that great.
No.
No,
She can't even fight
It was
a
like a-
regular person.
It was like
No,
a
but
30-second build up.
she know how to twirl. So
Yeah.
you know the twirls.
Her throwing a frisbee pretty much.
But you
Yeah.
got it. If you're, you can't. She can't fight good people. So if good people do something bad, she can't stop them. If we being real,
this is true.
right?
Yeah.
That's
Fucking
true.
Sailor, yeah.
So like, I'm only halfway through Naruto, so don't ruin it. But like,
Oh yeah, she
Could she
just
fight-
she just mentioned that. She mentioned as we were setting up that
Yeah.
she just started watching.
Just
Naruto.
started Naruto.
That's gotta be something getting to watch it with all of the library just there. That's
it's dope.
a special time because most of us who were on the ground floor, who were on the front lines, we were
What?
sitting
Yo.
here week by
I got
week,
a light. I got a filler list. They got filler list on the internet.
realizing you were hitting
Lucky
another
you.
filler arc, realizing all that shit was it was torture.
Yeah, what's
And-
needed,
and
what
then
isn't.
Yeah.
Also, having all of that anime knowledge helps me recognize the filler off rip. So I'm watching an episode, I hear that flute, doo doo doo. I'd be like, word. Next. I know before you even go, this
bullshit.
lighthearted music, what's going on?
Yep.
Got you.
And I gotta say, I love it. I think it's one of the few shonen. I think right now it's one of the best shonen shows I've seen, shonen jump shows. But I love because normally once powers get introduced and Hunter x Hunter it happened, and Dragon Ball Z it happened, they stop fighting. Now it's just lines and like people throwing energy at
Oh,
each other.
not too much physical
Yeah.
like, action
Yeah.
going
It's
on.
still hands with Naruto.
It is.
It's still hands.
That's what made the original one hard because it was like it was gritty. Like they were really going at it, scrapping with each other. Like during the where are you at right now?
So I'm at the part Sasuke's brother washed him up and then died right
So,
after.
okay.
So you seen the tuning? Oh, so you're a
Okay.
Shupenin. So like the first tuning exam, like these motherfuckers went through the woods,
right?
all types of crazy shit happening.
Tell her what,
Sasuke
13?
and
fucked
then
up.
12, 13.
Yeah. 13, yeah.
Kids. And then they get to the finish line, and then it's just like, all right, great. Now it's a real test. And
Right.
now everybody's still fucked up. They don't really got time to rest. And
They're
it's
like, I got 3 days, sleep it off.
Exactly.
I
And then
loved it.
during that test, some shit happens, which I think that show did well. Is it set a course for a lot of shows to follow, like My Hero, where basically these kids, they're going through what was supposed to be the normal transition, then something crazy happens and it takes them down a whole nother path, but they level up because of
Right.
it. And so you just get to see these kids like,
Except for Naruto, he's still Genin. I don't know if he ever changes.
I mean,
He keep on missing the test.
he's like the he's
Is that a running
he's just-
joke?
He's just like that nigga who's just like he's good, but he's
He's
like slow in
definitely
class.
tuning-
You know what I mean? He's just like,
Well, he's tuning level, but he left for 3 years with Jiraiya.
Mm-hmm.
So during that time, everyone else got to take the test, but he didn't.
those
And then-
lines do get kind of blurred after a while, just because when you'll see like shit just starts popping off, where it's like you don't even care about.
I
that
could
no
tell
more.
they're
Yeah.
building
Yeah.
for a war because they keep on doing flashbacks to the old war. And like I said, I've seen so many anime, so I know, and TV in general, I know what foreshadowing.
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, you feel it. They did that. They did that with One Piece, where one of the last major fights that they had before the region they're in now. I realized I was like, the fight's not done because they didn't give that character, that enemy's backstory yet.
Right. Oh, that's we were just talking about that.
They didn't give his backstory. I was like, oh, it's not. They got like probably 2 or 3 more episodes.
They always got to do the one. It's a 2-parter, and it always starts off raining, and somebody's kid gets left in the snow. Something happens. Somebody's village gets slaughtered, and then you start feeling bad for them.
Yeah.
And then
I like that though. It's nuance, right? Who wakes up and like, I'm gonna start fucking up everybody.
Yeah, you need why is this person so fucked up?
Well, and that's the beauty of the Japanese storytelling. It was just like, it's not just a Marvel movie where this bad guy is just a bad guy. Where it's like you get to feel for him for like a couple episodes. Like, oh shit, damn.
And Marvel's learning their mistakes where they're like, oh shoot, we should give a backstory. So their best movies are things like Black Panther, the End Games, where we know the villain, Loki, where we know the villain, we get his motivation.
Yeah.
And now it's not, like
he's not just this one-sided whatever. Just like, oh yeah, I'm here to enslave the world or whatever. It's like, nah, like
why?
you killed my family. Like I want to correct some wrong. Like in my mind, I'm right.
It's deeper than this.
Yeah, because I remember watching Justice League and I'm like, who is this? Who even is this?
Manta
What's his issue?
Manta Ray.
No, that's Aquaman. He's in.
But he's like the League of Villains and all that shit. Where like they were like try to
Black Manta.
Black Manta. No, but in Justice League, I forgot. I think it was Steppenwolf or was that Wonder? Either way, I just was sitting there like, who is he? Why is he destroying the world?
Oh, you're talking about the live action movie. That shit was
the live action movie.
After Batman versus Superman, I was just like, yeah, y'all fucked up bad. Y'all
They had way better
perfect,
source material.
Perfect opportunity to really just do your own thing, but they were just so in a rush to get it started.
They were trying to catch up with Marvel and do the whole...
They put 3 movies into... They released 3 movies all at once into just one 3-hour-long movie that it didn't need it because... the Superman Batman thing, that was enough just to get shit started. You already foreshadowed the whole Justice League thing. You could have just stopped right there, but they want to throw in Doomsday and Wonder Woman. Yeah. That was a lot.
It's too much.
So much. So much.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman was kicking the shit though. I like it.
Wonder Woman, like she was. That was definitely the hottest part of it. I still haven't seen the movie, but like I want to. Definitely with the new one coming out. Yeah.
It's good. Yeah, the new one looks fire too.
It does. And I like that, getting to see her through all the stages and also just all that nostalgia shit where it's like, yeah, let's go back to the 80s. Let's go back to the 90s.
Yeah.
Like, I dig it, and it also makes me feel old as shit. But yeah.
Nah, because like because I remember when that movie was coming out, and like that's when I really realized, I'm like, damn, like this is not basic knowledge for a lot of people. Where they're just like, why is Batman fighting Superman? I'm like, I never heard of this story before.
Right.
And then they looking at it, and then like it was like Ben Affleck was weird as Batman. I was like, because that's not regular Batman. This is a retired Batman that came out of retirement to fuck up Superman.
Yeah.
Like that's what it is.
I thought he was an incredible.
It was
Batman.
dope. Everybody hated.
He was one of the best parts of that movie. There were very few.
I was
like, go ahead, because I was like, I was one of those people. I was like, Ben Affleck. Like I was tight, and then I watched him. I was like, he's incredible.
Once they explained which Batman he was, did you see the Dark Knight Returns?
Yes.
So good.
I thought it was incredible. Yeah. I think that Robert Patterson is going to be an incredible.
He's going to be fire.
I'll give it a shot.
Just because he got his bag.
Yeah.
He got his bag. Everybody got a bad movie. He got his bag, and then since then he's been doing incredible.
All of his indie movies and like his personal ventures have been dope.
I've never seen anything past the second Twilight movie.
Oh, that's why you holding him to his old shit.
Yeah,
that's his high school stuff.
Yeah, he don't even like that shit no more.
I
bet he don't.
He don't remember half of it. He's just like he was kind of collect the bag.
Fucking
man.
sparkling vampire.
He had about 10. Imagine saying, "Yo, I'm gonna give you $20 million for you to say 20 lines."
That's true. All he did was stare into the camera. He stared into the camera, glistening for
tight. 20 bad, 20 of them. Yo, crazy. And then he
furl his nostrils every once in a while.
Right. And then now he gets to work opposite William Dafoe.
Yeah.
Come on.
Who's the villain?
And what? I think a couple. So the Penguin's in it, right?
I heard the Penguin's supposed to be in it, and at least I saw an Instagram like tag about it. But Matthew McConaughey is supposed to be Two-Face.
He's gonna be incredible.
Yeah,
and depending on how they go, Catwoman can be the villain.
I can't get it out of my head of the dude in like a plaid suit yelling, "Come on, Negro, jump!"
All right, we're back.
Back.
We were on. We were talking about Catwoman being the villain. You said.
Yeah. So depending on how they play it, Catwoman could be the villain.
Mm-hmm.
I would actually enjoy her being either a full-on villain or the anti-hero.
Like how they did in the last Nolan movie.
She wasn't a villain in that though.
She was just there.
She was basically an accessory to the Batman plot. Basically.
Right.
Yeah.
She wasn't a villain. I thought she was good.
Yeah.
The best Catwoman, I think, which was a villain, was Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah.
Yo, she was
baddie.
Yo, Michelle Pfeiffer. People forget she's the baddest out at the time.
Yeah.
Scarface, Michelle Pfeiffer silk dress. Yo.
Yep.
Yeah.
She was bad.
Definitely.
She was in was she in Contact too? Right? Am I thinking right?
I don't
know.
That space movie. It was like weird.
Perhaps she was in a lot of things.
She was in a ton of stuff, and she had like a good run. But yeah.
I think she's basically what Margot Robbie is now. I think she exceeded that.
Oh,
What
okay.
they're doing with Margot Robbie is what Michelle Pfeiffer was. That beautiful blonde bombshell with the Brooklyn, Long Island accent. You know, Margot Robbie's Australian. I be tight. I be watching her. I be like, what? She watched a couple episodes of The Nanny, and now she getting all this bread.
She's the Iggy Azalea.
That's funny. She said The
She
Nanny.
is.
Yo.
You know she watched The Nanny.
Fran Dresser.
Where else?
That's hilarious.
I didn't realize until
I
I
don't
got
know, maybe she was
older
living in
that Fran Dresser
Williamsburg
was a
for-
baddie.
Who?
Fran Dresser.
Yeah.
Because when I watched it, all I could remember was her voice.
That's it.
So then I was like, oh, I just pictured her being like old or gross. And then I watched it. I said, oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, because
she got her fits.
in that show it was her voice and then it was like the British accents too.
Right.
So like the whole time you're listening, but it's just like, well, me personally, I was just like, this ain't really hitting. I'm just waiting for Simpsons to come on. Yeah, that's about it.
Simpsons still playing. Aren't they going to end soon?
They need to.
It's been too long.
It's
You
been
need-
like 25 years.
You just need
Yeah.
to know when to call it. When it's just we just went off.
It's on Disney Plus now, so it has a home for streaming. Just let it sit there and collect
It's
its
fine.
check.
I get it though. It's like there's always going to be pop culture to make a satire.
Yeah.
Of it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, like, well, the I think the creators they got Bob's Burgers now, which is like its own thing, and it's dope.
Hilarious.
It's not, it's funny as hell, and
Yeah.
it's not Seth MacFarlane, so you're good. People still love Futurama, which is like it's the same thing. They created it. It's funny. It's his own thing,
Yeah.
but like it's not Seth MacFarlane. It's not joke after joke after joke after
And
joke
we're
after
getting
joke.
more sophisticated because Rick and Morty
Rick
is
and
sophisticated.
Rick and Morty, I got to the point. I'm
Layered.
just like, all right, y'all can go to sleep now, man. Y'all can go to sleep. Y'all niggas is too woke. Once I started like looking back at like season 1 and 2, the stuff they were covering, I'm just like, oh, that's happening in the next like 2 years. Specifically, the episode we had the sex dolls, and he gave a kid. That's going to give it 3 years.
A
Yeah.
breeding sex doll?
3
Yeah.
years. Niggas already buying. They spending a whole like salary on like a fucking sex doll. It's just not leaving the house. Now they can
Have
talk
you
to
seen
you.
Them? They fire.
It's just.
The sex dolls? Oh, I know. I saw the whose comedy special was it
I
that
forgot. Whitney Cummings.
Whitney Cummings. I saw like half of that, and then she brought the doll on to Joe Rogan's podcast,
Yeah.
and that shit. And then I watched something like in Japanese, like they'll ask it questions, and it's
It's
scary.
over. Yeah, it's
and
just.
some men can't talk to women anyway, so now that cuts out the middle age.
Yeah. I mean, it'll weed out the dating pool and make whatever, everybody's
Now,
weird.
But why do y'all need it? I understand in Japan and in China where men grossly outnumber the women, and in America that's not the case.
No.
So you have your abundance to choose from, and then
Some niggas are
choosing
just.
dolls.
Some, like you said, some guys can't, some guys are awkward. I seen a documentary on it where they actually like interviewed like multiple men, and like one dude, he was just some angry, just nerd that never grew out of that. One guy, he was literally like, I've tried, and it just hasn't worked. So now I'm looking into this industry right here. I mean, it's just different for every single guy. Some people just don't. Some people just lazy and they got money. They're just like, fuck it, I don't need to leave the house. That's what everything's leading to now.
That's
So
true.
you buy a girl.
Yeah. And also, we're at a point now where nobody really wants to do emotions. It's
Yeah.
like, no, you had a joke about this once. You were like, why? It's like, why would you talk to anybody? You can do. Your phone is your best friend.
Yeah, that's my working bit. Yeah, it's like when people trying to. It's like they complain about like dating so hard. Like one, you're using you using like the like Tinder and stuff like that, it's already trash. And until you're on your phone, like your phone, you're already happy. Yeah, what the fuck you not
It's like,
trying to admit it for?
It's like, what can a person? What can some chick tell me that my phone can't tell me?
Yeah.
I'm just like,
I do love Tinder though. It feels like a
well, it's a powerful
cruel
it's
game.
yeah.
I say fuck you every time I swipe left. With that type of malice.
Shit.
Yeah. Like, you know, I really am waiting for an anime to come out of like Tinder and you just see
Just
swiping.
swiping.
You see that montage of them swiping.
It's coming.
I mean, because that's something else that a lot of people don't know too, is that anime is not just niggas just punching each other in the face and giant robots. It's so much other shit.
I'm watching one that Land Party suggested. I'm embarrassed that I said.
Oh yeah, shout out to people at Land Party too. Yeah.
It's called Domestic Girlfriend.
Okay.
And I'm not really into romance animes, but this shit is funny. But it's a guy, he smashes with a girl.
Okay.
And then he goes to school, starts to feel the teacher, like he thinks she's cute. He goes home that day. His father is engaged to the teacher that he thought was fine, and then also her daughter is the girl that he smashed.
This sounds like a Pornhub scene.
It's definitely a fan servicey, like, to, you know.
Yeah.
You know that, and which is most anime, right?
Senpai,
Like,
please type.
did
shit.
you guys see Kill la Kill?
Yeah.
I started watching it. It was just too goofy for me.
Yo, I love that
It's-
punk rock drawing.
It's
Like,
ill.
dope.
Nah, it was so ill, but like it's some of that stuff. Like I barely got through Gurren Lagann.
But they're pushing it like she a suffragette, you know, pushing like women's right. And I'm like, this is not that. This is fan service. Her titties do not need to be out for this.
Watching it for so long, and then definitely having like a hentai phase in like middle school and high school. I'm like, all right, man, I get it. Can we just get to the story?
Somebody needs to give
Can we? It's just, it's like I get it. Like that's why one reason I started watching Fairy Tail, because it was like some tournament they were doing. This girl got hit with like a spell, and like she goes up in the air. You know how you do like the freeze frame where like they're just moving, but like so she's freezing, like screaming, but the only thing moving is her titties, just wiggling around. Yeah, for like a whole like 3 seconds. I'm like, all right, I'm 25. Yeah, it's like I'm just trying to chill now. I just feel like jerking off. Like, just god damn it.
There was this show. It was called Freeze something.
Freezing.
It
was just porn. That shit
it
was
was
just
porn. A girl would get punched. Her titties would fall out of her shirt. She get punched in the foot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There's one.
I'm like,
I
what?
watched Sekirei, and it was very short running. I think it was like either 12 or 24 episodes. But the whole concept was these girls could fight, but the more clothes they lost, the stronger they got. So it would get to a point.
Hilarious.
It would get to a point where it would be like 2 flaps of fabric over the nipples, and then like a tiny little like loincloth here, but she could just wreck ass. And then so it was like the more clothes they lost, the
you know what
they
kills
got.
me about
something about their
that?
skin or something like that, touching the atmosphere. It was some dumb
What
bullshit
kills
explanation.
me about that is someone had to pitch that to a team of suits. So this man had a board with this girl with her titties out and was talking to 20 Japanese men in suits and was like, yo, all right, hear me out.
Yeah.
Every time they lose clothes, they get more power. Yo, it's
I'm gonna stop you right there. I fuck with it. I see it. I see the vision.
Yo, facts.
I see the vision. My son's
Hey,
gonna love
or
this.
he probably said once they get down to bikinis, he'd be like, less
less
than that.
Less how
Less.
it does get to that point, but then we had a friend of ours, another New York comic, Andre Thompson. He pointed out, because like women would say that, it's just like, well, I've been watching this shit with just a bunch of shirtless men, and they got like fucking 16 like
it's like ain't no dudes walking around looking like that, like a rare. It's just,
Yo, but it makes sense. They've been training for 100 years. Of course,
why wouldn't it be
Yeah.
ripped? So it's like that. I didn't even pay attention. I'm like, yeah, there is some stuff in there for women, but like, I still didn't think that shit appealed to fucking women
it
watching
doesn't.
it. Yeah.
And to be honest, that's realistic. Any guy, once he get one pack, his shirt open. I know this from experience. I'm walking down the street, he get one little. He walk in, his shirt buttoned down to the bottom.
One lock.
He got the deepest V he could find. See, come on.
3 chest hairs popping out.
Yeah, that's not for us.
Hell yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And you know, to be honest, snapshots of pictures, and I can't speak for all women, but at least for me, that doesn't do anything for me because we are desensitized to it, right? Men so readily send us dick pics and things like that.
I heard.
Unmarried. right.
I've been told.
So then it's like I see it and I'm not like, oh my God, this is, I think we get more turned on when like we see how they treat their woman and stuff. And even then, like I watch like Goku and he's like ain't shit. He's basically Ghost. Y'all watch Power?
Yeah.
He's Ghost.
Yeah. The world is his family.
Yo, the world, yeah.
I mean,
you alive, ain't you?
I'm trying to honor her, yo.
The world's still sitting here, ain't it?
Look. I'll be back. I just gotta go train real quick.
Yeah. She be like, well, what? Ain't no threat. Still.
You out here hanging out with that bitch Bulma. What the fuck you doing all these things?
Nah, I rewatched. I had started to rewatch Dragon Ball Z, and like the first episode, so like it just picks up from where Dragon Ball left off. They in the woods. They got their little house or whatever. Chi cooking up, and then you see Goku pull up to the house. He got a whole tree, a whole like full grown tree on his shoulder. And she was just like, you better be careful before you hurt yourself. I was like, she got to keep this nigga in check. She got to check him 100% of the time.
Yes.
Or else his dumb ass will just keep getting her pregnant and shit like that. Yeah, it's stupid. Yeah.
How he getting her pregnant? He don't know what fucking is. So
she the one that probably tricked him in. She the
Yeah.
one that probably does that.
Well, that was her whole thing.
I think
That's
so.
the whole thing. When they were kids in Dragon Ball, after he saved her, she's like, I'm going to marry you one day. I'm going to let you know that right now. It's like, I'm going to marry you one day. And then fucking fast forward 10 years later.
Did he think marriage was food?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
He thought it was like, what's marriage? What's that taste like? Or some shit.
Yeah.
And then 10 years later, at the tournament where like Piccolo like Junior shows up and all that shit, he is in a match with this nameless chick. She's just sitting there looking mad, pretty mad, and then just almost whooping his ass. Like she was in like a good first round, and it's like, oh yeah, it's me. By the way, I'm ready.
Oh shit, what's up?
So what's good?
I've been waiting for you. Like
I bet
what's
you.
good? Like,
this is the thing. I think that's why he married Chi-Chi over Bulma, is because the only thing that Goku can comprehend is fighting, and Bulma don't got hands. She don't got hands.
Bulma was smart. The thing was, she was all about, like obviously this dude's big, strong, and like he got older. Because like there was a scene in it when he takes his head wrap off because they didn't know who he was.
Oh yeah,
because he got mad tall. There was a scene where she's like, "Damn, you grew up, Goku." Like almost like, "Oh, I'm kind of impressed." And then he said some dumb shit and she didn't want to hear it.
Oh yeah,
she's a billionaire scientist. She wants a smart. That's why she went after a prince. She's like, "I want a nigga who's got it.
But he's a prince with no assets. He the prince of nowhere. He just don't try to play Vegeta like he ain't bring that ultimate game, yo.
So
and Yamcha was
agree.
Also, I love Vegeta.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Yamcha was also a scrub, but what I'm saying is, I get your argument. But Yamcha was a scrub too. Yeah. I think Bulma just wants to be challenged in some way.
Very much so, yeah.
Which Goku can't do.
Goku did that. He's all about fighting, hanging out.
They kind of did. They kind of did the both. Was just like she knows she couldn't beat Vegeta physically, so she just had to check this nigga all the time.
She checks him all the time.
All the time.
Yeah, when he blew up the capsule,
man.
she's like, "Come on,
like,
fuck you doing out here
exactly.
killing yourself?"
Vegeta's a good man.
He is.
Yeah.
He loves his kids.
Shout outs to Vegeta for stealing Yamcha's bitch after killing his friends. That's crazy. He killed my friend. He killed my boy. Then stole my bitch.
That is the foulest shit.
Yeah. And his bag. So he stole his bitch and his bag.
Damn. And his bag. Yeah. Both. He inherited. He just hanging out at their house.
That's it.
Just cooling.
Yamcha almost killed himself trying to train in the gravity machine.
He did. Yeah, he turned that shit on.
Oh boy, on 300, I could do 300. So that's the equivalent of like my ex seeing me with my new boo, and my new boo is putting up 300 on the chest press. He said, I could chest press 300.
Yeah.
And he goes in after him, try to chest press 300, and it pins him. That's what happened.
And that's the problem with most niggas. They try to play the same game as the next dude. It's like, nah, find what your angle is and
that's
go for it.
And just do that. Just be you, dog.
Just be you, dog.
Yamcha was fine.
He was cool.
He
was a bandit. He had a little
fang fist.
He had a little cat. One of them nigga had a sword. Always chilling.
He was Aladdin.
Always had his feet up.
Yeah.
I loved it. I just love when Bulma rolls up with Trunks for the first time, and Krillin all them was like, "Oh, Yamcha, you ain't tell me yet." And he was like, "Ain't my kid." Yo, Yamcha was so tight, and I was like, "Dang,
who was it? Vegeta?" It's like,
hate to see it.
Vegeta
rolled up in his pink shirt, like, "What's up, y'all? You know,
yeah, this is my girl.
You know, I waxed that.
This
you know
my
what I'm
girl.
saying?
He was trying to be just all like nonchalant about it. He was just like, yeah.
Yo, but he ended up leaning into that because by Super,
he's
was
a
like,
full blown dad.
I'm not leaving till my girl get pregnant. They
Right.
had to perform magic on her, so he could save the universe. He
Yeah.
was like,
Or even did you see the Broly movie?
Yes.
So at the beginning of that, where they were like just like training and stuff, and he got on Goku. He was like, "It's your dumbass fault. We got to keep doing this because you got Frieza back in the universe."
Yeah.
That was the
Right.
dad just speaking up.
Dad,
just
yeah,
being
he
like,
wanna
yeah,
retire. He just
yeah.
wants to
I'm
act
trying
as-
to chill, nigga.
Yeah.
He said, "I made my peace and everything. I
Yeah.
made my look. I got a family now."
Because it's like he's reached the ultimate level, right? In Vegeta's head, I'm God level now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm rich. I got a family.
I got a home.
Why
the-
am I still working?
Yeah.
This is work.
He is the king of his household. He's just like I'm here now.
They
This
used to send other minor Saiyans to do the shit he doing.
Yeah.
Why? Why am I still doing this?
Yeah, this is true.
Bulma, I do have to say,
dumb nigga
people
won't
be
retire.
trying to call her a hoe, but she been at every fight.
Who?
Bulma.
Well, ain't no hoe.
How's
Nah.
she a hoe?
She's about
They
that life.
haters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She made a radar. She made a fucking time machine.
She's a super genius.
Yeah.
She has capsules that you press a button and they turn into houses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything that
She made a time machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what?
Even in the first episode of Ball, she was like not afraid of anybody. She pulled up and shot Goku. She's like, she was strapped. She was like, no, like I'm out here. I'm searching for these balls. I'm hanging out.
Yeah.
I don't need you, but now like I'll use you. You good?
Even in the Broly movie, she there in Antarctica.
yeah.
Rolled up. She said, I got a Coke
She
too.
drove him there.
Drove him. She said, I got a Coke too. What's good, y'all?
Baby, drop us off somewhere.
She always taking the Z fighters everywhere. What she got that? She always in that yellow
Did
bus.
she drive them to Namek? Who
She
flew
did.
the-
She flew
who
on the Namek.
She
Namek?
flew him to
flew him to
Namek.
Namek.
She flew Krillin and
Gohan.
to Namek.
I can't believe Goku said
she
his
always
child.
rolled up in that bus during
she was the down
Android
chick.
saga. Yeah.
She was there.
Did,
She was
yo.
riding down.
I can't believe Goku set his like
Because he was
12-year-old
simple.
son
Hey, he was a country
to
boy.
Namek.
He was a country boy.
to
Well,
a world. I
did
mean,
he-
he was dead by then, right?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, no,
So wait, he was dead.
no. He was in the hospital after the Saiyan saga. So he was laid up in the hospital because they had no
Oh, he
sensory
did.
beams.
Right,
And then
right.
yeah, for some reason Gohan was like, "Yeah, I'll go."
No, I thought he died because I thought he got killed. Was it Radish? Now I
Well,
gotta
yes,
rewatch
no,
it.
Well, he got killed with Raditz, but then he spent all that time coming back while everybody was training one Vegeta and Nappa came.
Yeah.
Oh,
and then they
and
showed up,
then-
and
then
that
he
whole
came back.
fight, like he
Yeah.
just got.
Then
mad
they
purple.
watched him up. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Yeah,
I
and then
remember.
he exerted himself past his limits, and then he got fucked up. Hospital, and then
Came to Namek, got fucked up immediately.
yeah, and then had to heal up, and then
Immediately.
Super Saiyan.
I
yeah.
was so tight. I was like, ugh. Yo, I was like, why is he
it was
here?
it was like what, like 10 episodes of like everybody getting fucked up, and then he on the ship training. It was just like, oh, they ain't ready for this. They ain't ready for this.
There was a
And then-
filler episode where I think it's still considered filler, but he was his pod was on trajectory to the sun on accident. So like his pod got hit with an asteroid.
Yeah.
So this nigga hops in a spacesuit, does a Kamehameha to force himself out of the way of a sun's trajectory.
Yes.
And just hop back in there. It's like, all right, cool.
That's
and
a
we're
filler.
like, this nigga is about to like bring the heat, and then he just goes up and gets his ass whipped by Captain Ginyu.
Ginyu.
Yeah, Ginyu.
Some
Yeah.
dancing nigga. I was tight. Oh
The
my
niggas was new
god.
additions.
They were. They
Yo,
were.
the Namek saga is my favorite and the most frustrating at the same time. Like I remember Namek was blown up for 12 episodes.
Yeah.
It was 5 minutes left. They were like, "Yo, the planet's gonna blow up in 5 minutes." I was like, "Finally, he's gonna beat this man." 12 episodes, he's fucking this nigga up.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh my
Nah,
god."
that's definitely what sold it to just so many people here in America.
Namek saga.
Yeah, because I remember that was probably my earliest memory of Dragon Ball Z. I didn't know how it started until I started playing like the video games and stuff. But I'm at my babysitter's house. I'm watching Dragon Ball Z with her son, and like he's like older than me in high school. I'm like in first grade. And like they did a pan up shot of when Frieza was like standing on the rock, like just looking at everybody when they thought he was dead. And the first thing he just say, he was like, "Yo, this nigga got 3 toes. Oh shit!" I was just like, "All right, I'll keep paying attention." And then stuff just kept escalating.
Yeah.
Krillin died. Then Goku throws like a big ass. Yeah, he threw a big ass bomb at him and stuff. And
The
then like,
spirit bomb.
yeah, it's great. The
How
plan
many
is-
times that spirit bomb work?
Once.
Woohoo.
No,
Boo. That was it. It only worked
Boo.
one time. It's actually notoriously a
Never
bad
works.
move. It's a notoriously shitty
It
move.
takes
They talk
20
about that
minutes
shit.
to charge up.
It
20
worked-
minutes to charge.
It worked in GT. It worked. It worked.
That's a joke.
It worked in GT.
Leave.
It worked in GT.
Never.
Hey, look.
It's just like I'm watching Naruto. Sasuke keep on using that fucking fire style. The shit never hits. He ain't never hit nobody with it yet.
Because that's when you got it. That's what you got.
You throw fire. That's not gonna hit. He throw fire. People dodge it because it take 20 minutes to get
fireball.
to it.
Because he got it. Because he got it set up for the fucking bullshit shuriken shit or whatever. The original Naruto was them just trying to outsmart niggas with what they had.
That's what they doing now, right? That's why they throw ninja stars. Because I've never seen a ninja star hit.
No,
right?
It's always a deflection move, or there's something else attached to it, or whatever.
That's why I really like it. I like the mind games they play, yo.
Yeah.
I love it.
You would like? Have you ever seen JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
Yes. So that's different though. One thing I love it. I feel like when I watch JoJo Bizarre Adventure, it's like when I was a kid fighting with like my sister and my brothers, and it's like we're making up shit. So it's like, you do this, but actually I have super califragilisticexpialidocious. Word,
yeah.
Because guess what? I got nigga blockers. Now you can't touch me, and da da da. So it's like every time they have one, they have like
they talk out of it. Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
I like the way it flows though. I really because it was part 2 and they were doing that chariot race. And I was just like, all right, you already got me here. You got me here. You some pillar dudes. They trying to get some masks.
Yeah.
He breathes and he can just disintegrate somebody. And now y'all on chariots and y'all launching the little fucking iron balls at each other. Entertain me. Explain to me how this bullshit works. And then they do it. I'm just like,
it's
bravo.
ridiculous. It's
bravo.
basically watching wrestling.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like watching wrestling. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And you're like, but I like it.
I fuck with it.
It's drawn. I like the way they're like even the way they're drawn. They're wild brawling. Yeah. They're so brawling.
Just there's the swollest niggas you ever seen, and they pull up and just start voguing on each other.
Yeah.
just start doing that.
Yeah.
Which is honestly real life, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I made that.
Everybody's flexing on everybody.
Yeah, and most anime. That's what all of it's about.
No, I meant just like these voguing niggas. Like I work at a gym that's like primarily like Broadway dancers. It's like dubbed a gay gym. They're brolic. All of them are brolic. All of them are brolic and terrifying until they open their mouth. And they be like, "Hey, girl," but then like you see them and you're like, "Wow, this 6'4", 250-pound man." All right, he's out here pumping weights, and then he's just it's shit. So that's what I think of when I see JoJo's Adventure.
Yeah,
I'm like, I'm in Hell's Kitchen. That's all that is.
That's how I feel now. When I really see how people look at me and they get like kind of nervous because like you said, he's like, "Nigga, why you so sad?" I was like, "Nah, I was just on a train ride."
Like this how I live.
Yeah, I'm just quiet. Like it's just my face. It was just like if y'all only knew, I just got done watching fucking One Piece. Like y'all,
Yes.
you so fucking disarmed right now. Like don't let the camo and the beard fool you.
That's what
yeah.
I told you. It was like getting up here and it was like, oh yeah, he might have a time. He might have a time. He gonna look mad.
I love like I work at like the super white marketing place, so they're talking to me and they're like, "Hey, Francis," and da da da, and I have one ear in and it's Meg the Stallion, like, "Bitch, you got da 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 da," and I'm like, "Word, do it, absolutely, yeah," you know.
Yeah.
So I love
they
that
only
duality that
switching the
black
codes and all
people,
that shit. Yeah.
Even with the anime stuff, and I love that what you guys do too. It's like we're talking about this nerdy content,
but we don't consider it. Yeah, we don't really, cause it's entertainment, but it's fire. Once I was seeing I was hanging out with my cousin. It was my cousin Terrence who we had on the show. Like after we got done recording the next day, I went and hung out with him and like his mother's side of the family, like my aunt. And these niggas was talking about Game of Thrones. Put on an episode to show me a clip. It was like, look how this bitch come through with the dragon.
Yo, look how he rolling with the Thule.
Yo, son, look at
Exactly.
Although Game of Thrones don't count, that's universal, right?
What you mean? I see it now because my whole family watches that.
Everyone, people who don't like anything else that I like will watch Game of Thrones. It has sex, has violence. It's a great story, so that don't count.
Yeah, it's an epic.
It's an
epic. I get it.
Coming from Terrence still is that's.
You should watch this shit. I gotta be Terrence.
You got. Yeah.
Just listen to the episode.
Watch episode 12.
Yeah,
this nigga's That
was a defining moment. Was just like
she
this is what we're going. Yeah, this is
what we're going
for.
Terrence is your Zabuzo, yo.
Is he?
Might be.
He might be the Zabuza.
Yeah.
That's an honor. Does he watch Naruto?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He was the one that he's the one I go to and like we really talk about this shit. But like we'll just crack jokes about it.
Just
like
a nigga with like mad dreads and glasses. Like
yeah,
this dude is
OG anime nigga. Yeah. He was the first
Yeah.
nigga I seen when the samurai saw it. He just busted my
That
grandma's
was how
house.
they black men got down when
Yeah.
they like nerdy shit. They
Yeah.
all had samurai swords.
Or like a car model
and
or
a
some
short
shit.
or a short kimono. They cooking you Benihana aims. You know what I'm saying?
That's hilarious.
with some Wu-Tang in the back.
Some Wu-Tang, yeah, those
Wu-Tang,
are Wu-Tang
yeah.
level, but those that
Wu heads were early
generation.
anime niggas, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Now I talked to him about all of that stuff. Yeah. Like he would put me on to shit. He put me on to My Hero Academia, One Punch Man, because he reads a lot of manga shit. He reads like Chinese folklore,
Oh shit.
like novels and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
that's
So
right.
yeah.
Well, now he was even talking about that when we because like I said, the whole reason for this podcast is anytime 3 or more black people get together, we talk about Dragon Ball. So we were talking about Dragon Ball, and he was talking about how it's like, oh yeah, it's actually part of Journey of the West, which is another story. So like he actually does his research.
Yeah.
But this nigga was mad. It's like we shot it in a hotel, and I was knocking on the door. He's like, "Who the fuck is that?" Let me check and see who the fuck they said. I'm like, "Yo, this dude is."
That's just like black people to be expecting someone and still be tight when you nod.
Yeah.
Like,
all the time.
sir,
man.
I said I was coming.
I said I was gonna be here.
Yeah,
But it's like-
what's
Yeah.
the issue?
Nah, he got comfortable. He was just hyped being in that because that hotel room was just set for you not to leave there. It was like that was the first time I seen a hotel room with like a fridge and a stovetop.
Oh, they have a bunch of
Got a
those
hot-
for
Yeah.
like businessmen who stay.
Yeah, we were in
Was it
Jersey
Double
City.
Tree?
I forgot where it was at.
It was
It might have been. It might have
It
been.
was on the coast in Jersey City.
Yeah,
I can't remember
it
where
was right there because he was because he stayed in South Jersey and he had to be there for a minute. He let me know. I was like, shit, I'll come through if you want. Like, if you let us like record some shit. He was like, I don't fucking care. So
Right.
we just set it up in his right there. We just pulled some. I was sitting on a fucking trash can.
Okay.
yeah, because he was in the chair and my cousin in the chair. So I was just like, all right, let's just run it. And that shit was gold.
Yeah.
Love it.
Shit was
I've been watching
gold.
2 nights.
Yeah. Did anyone put you on to anime, or is it something that you discovered yourself, or you just like,
Yeah,
or just like pop culture stuff in general, or
I think. I mean, if anyone, I'd say Toonami.
okay?
Toonami put me
Toonami.
on.
After school, it was the
boy.
perfect block. After
Yeah.
school,
I would basically get home and watch Toonami. And I realized how much I loved art because I'd already been really deep into comic books. My dad got me into that. And I was like, this is comic books, but better to me, like watching it in animation. Because comic books didn't have that many live action series. We had X-Men
yeah,
and we had Batman, and that was it.
yeah.
So watching Dragon Ball Z, I was like, this is Fuego and Sailor Moon. So it was like the duality of the life that I lived was right there. And then it just kind of, I think right after I watched the 2 of those, Cowboy Bebop came on and I was hooked.
Yeah.
Just the jazz playing.
Yeah.
That jazz boy,
Yeah.
man.
The jazz and how the animation is still like untouchable. Like,
Yo.
it's so like
It's-
I think it's just black people, we like shit done right.
Yes.
And it being cool but also like it's just it hits the way that they
Don't stop
crafted
being you,
stories.
though.
Don't stop being you, but
Don't
it
stop
hits,
being you,
But
yeah.
it hits all that angle just right. It was like, yeah, like this is
Hands.
Yeah.
yeah.
I saw Spike fuck someone up with a broom.
Yeah.
And after I saw that, I was like, I got you. Putting it over his neck and shit. I was
Yeah.
like, this is fire.
Talking to that chick and then like flirting with it at the same time because he's like pulling her close, like fucking with her. I was like,
Which is some nigga shit.
He was smooth.
Yeah, that's- yeah,
That was
yeah.
smooth.
Yo,
That was
niggas
smooth.
do that. They be like, I know I'm trying to kill you, but
Come on, let's play.
yo, what's up, yo?
What's up?
you might die tomorrow, baby.
How
What's
you
the deal?
doing?
What's the deal?
Ah,
What's going
here
on?
go the
It's-
lights. here
It's
go the
fine. It's
lights.
fine. It'll
It's
drop
cool.
it.
It's like
We in
hey,
the dark.
hey,
This is
hey,
towards the end
Aight,
anyway.
BT
yo.
Uncut, y'all. We ready.
Ah, somebody got the debit card. We going
There we go.
towards
Tip
Gerard.
yeah.
That's the debit card.
They
This,
motherfucker.
this is for all you who put your phones on night mode. This is it.
Us.
We
I
actually
think we're black. We're not black.
Yeah.
no, it's actually we actually pop pretty good. We
Yeah.
we straight. We straight.
Hell yeah.
Hat,
We're running
makeup,
like this.
lights. You
Hell
know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Oh
Well,
my-
shit. This was fun.
Thank you.
This is dope.
Agreed.
This is
agreed.
dope. This is dope.
Thank you guys for
Very
coming down
fun.
to my
I mean-
office. This is the first time I've actually filmed here at the office.
Yeah.
So dope. Thank you.
It's
Oh,
guys.
great.
hell
Shout
yeah.
out to Microsoft Office and
Yeah.
you letting us come in here.
Shout out to Fantastic Frankey.
Fantastic
Yeah.
Frankey.
Check her out. Add on Instagram. It's
Yes.
dope.
on IG. Do you have a YouTube account too as well? Correct?
Yeah, so they're both Fantastic Frankie. If you want to find me on Twitter talking my shit, it's Fanboy Fighter. When you look for me, it's Fantastic Frankey, Frankey.
KEY.
Because I'm black.
There
So
you
I
go,
gotta
there
let
you
you
go.
know.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
Come for that. And yeah, that's where you can find me. I think I'm gonna start a TikTok soon.
Okay.
Definitely.
It's not a
yeah,
bad
you can
move.
find me.
It's
I
not
heard.
a bad move. It's
Not a bad
I
move.
heard it.
good,
I heard it's
constant
dope.
stream. It's good. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
There's that
definitely.
too.
All right, hell yeah, we appreciate you. Also, this has
Hey.
been it's been Negro Jump. I've been
Jump.
Gerard.
Ben Cordero.
Yeah,
And Frankie.
Frankie has. So yeah, until next time, y'all be easy.
Jeez.